Welcome to another episode of Game Time. I'm JP Murrieta, and this week we are at Raton High School, home of the Tigers, and we're here with the football team and head coach Tori Giacomo. Thanks for joining us this week.
Thanks for having us on Game Time.
You guys had a great season last year. With only a week or so left this year, you're having another fantastic season. Are you pleased with the way things are going this season?
Oh, definitely. I think the young guys that stepped up from last year to this year are doing a great job. Our seniors, and overall just we're getting better each week.
You're 7-2 at this point in the year. You had a high seed in the postseason last year, likely to get another good seed this year with one game remaining. How important is that high seed going into the playoffs?
I think it's very important. You want to make sure that you get that high seed in order to get that home field advantage in different situations, and be able to get that first playoff game under our belt, and a bye always helps as well.
You mentioned Raton High School, and immediately this season we're thinking of Caden Walton. He's had a stellar career, passed the 7,000-yard rushing mark, became the state's all-time leading rusher. Still a possibility he could break even more records. What kind of running back is he, and what makes him so special? He's
a great running back. I've always from day one said he's Barry Sanders-like, and he runs hard, has great vision. He's a hard worker on and off the field, a great student, 4.0 guy, but, along with him and our line and wideouts, he has the success because they work hard, they grind, and they love the game of football.
It's just been a really fun career. I couldn't have asked for a better career up until this point. It's just been, ever since I've been in 8th grade, it's just been so much fun just going out there and playing every single week and having so many friends that play with you. It's just been a lot of fun.
How about that offensive line this year? You lost some key offensive linemen last year, but this season, even those guys coming in seem to be stepping up. Who are they, and how have they been so successful?
Well, we had some big shoes to fill with all our all-state guys leaving, and we did a pretty good job of filling them. And we got Isaac Garcia, his brother, and we had W.D. Heyer as a lineman, and he went to tight end, so we brought in Chase Middlebrook, and they're doing a great job for us. They stepped in and filled those holes just like we expected them to.
Unfortunately, coming off a defeat last week to St. Michael's, but St. Michael's and Socorro, the only teams to beat you this year. Would you like to have another shot at them in the postseason? Would you like to see them again?
It's always, like last year was a different story, playing the same team twice, but we definitely would love to have another shot at both of those teams. We think that we should have won both of those games, so we're looking forward to the challenge.
You have a matchup with Robertson this week. How do you match up with them, and what do you hope to see from your team in the final game of the regular season for you guys?
Yeah, Robertson's obviously the defending state champions, and they're a tough team. They're hard-nosed, they're disciplined, and they know how to win. So we got to have a great week of practice, and I think we'll stack up pretty good with them. We just got to eliminate mistakes and eliminate turnovers and play our best ball and finish.
And your schedule has an interesting setup where you have one more game left, but then you have a bye week while pretty much most of the other teams still play. Do you like having that bye week? Is that a difficult challenge for you guys?
I think it's a situational deal where if you're kind of banged up, the bye week's nice, but personally I don't really care for the bye week. I like to just keep a status quo and keep getting better and keep working, without having to take too much time off.
And lastly, what do you think about your team's chances in the postseason? Do you talk about throwing it out there, winning a state title? Do you set that goal from the start? Do you take it one game at a time? What do you preach to these guys?
From day one, we preach number one goal is obviously the district championship, and that's still in sight. And the second goal is the state championship. So we definitely feel that we have just as much chance as Socorro, St. Mike's, Robertson. So we're hungry. We want that state championship.
What's it like for you, being a former player, to now coach this program and have a shot at winning that blue trophy?
Yeah, it's something that is very special. I've been in a state championship, didn't get to play, but I was a young sophomore. But it's a special game, and that's what we're all out here looking to try to get, is that blue trophy, and it's a neat thing to try to obtain.
All right, well, good luck. Maybe this is the year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way, and I'm sure we'll see you in the postseason. We'll be back with more Game Time after this. Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks, and athletes who drink or do drugs are twice as likely to get injured. Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to the website to find out today.
Hi, I'm Anderson Weiss from Raton High School. Welcome back to Game Time.
It's a big week for high school football. It's the last week of the regular season for some. 6-man and 8-man seeding and selection will happen this weekend. But before I tell you who's in and who's out, let me tell you how it turned out last week. Let's start with the big one down south between district rivals Artesia and Roswell. Nick Sanchez started the fireworks in the first with this punt return touchdown. 46-28 the final. Artesia with the win. They are 6-2 on the year. The Bulldogs will head up the road to take on Goddard this week. Goddard trailed Mayfield 21-20 at halftime last week, but outscored the Trojans in the second half 22-7 for the 42-28 victory. If you missed it, there was a record-breaking offensive game between West Mesa and La Cueva. The Bears beat the Mustangs 89-62, breaking the state record for most combined points in an 11-man football game. That's 151 points between the two teams. Aiden Armenta threw for 445 yards and 8 touchdowns. Ian Sanchez caught 5 of those TD tosses. The two teams combined for over 1,200 yards of total offense. The Bears are 7-1 and take on Sandia this week. Las Cruces met up with Oregon Mountain, and the Bulldogs scored 31 straight points to beat the Knights 31-21. That's just the second win of the year for Las Cruces. They're at Carlsbad this week. The Centennial Hawks continue to fly high. Centennial beat Carlsbad 44-6. Micah Gutierrez rushed for 243 yards and 3 touchdowns. Centennial is 6-1 and will host Alamogordo this week. Lovington was down 7-0 at Bernalillo on Friday, but put up 33 unanswered points to leave town with a win 33-7. After losing their first 6 to start the year with a tough schedule, the Wildcats have won 2 in a row. Farmington built up a 36-0 halftime lead over Sandia and went on to take down the Matadors 42-7. The Scorpions are back to 500 with a 4-4 mark. They're 2-0 in district play. Farmington will host El Dorado this week. Jal remains perfect, but they got tested against number 2 Texaco. Jal fell behind by 2 touchdowns before pulling out the 41-35 win. Jal is 9-0 on the season. Socorro also remains perfect with a 55-0 win at home over Hatch Valley. It's the 5th shutout for Socorro this season, and they're averaging over 47 points a game. The Warriors will host Hot Springs this week. The Rio Rancho Rams fell behind to Cibola 7-0, but rolled off 35 straight points after that for a 35-7 win over their West Side District rival. J.J. Ariano accounted for 4 scores. Portales trailed Albuquerque Academy 7-0 and then reeled off 42 unanswered points. Final score, Portales 42, Academy 7. The Rams are 7-1, and they'll host Bernalillo this week. Finally, check out one of the top plays of the week. Capital's Andrew Rodriguez returned to kickoff 96 yards for the score in Capital's 36-20 victory over Albuquerque High. Capital is back to the 500 mark with a 4-4 record. They are at Clovis this week before wrapping up the season against Santa Fe. Here's a look at the latest Max Preps football polls.
Hi, I'm Caden Walton with Raton High School, and we'll be back with more game time after this.
We wanted to take this opportunity to remind you, if you haven't already, make sure to download the NMAA 24/7 app. It's free, and free is cheap. Chances are likely you have a phone in your possession right now, so go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free NMAA 24/7 app. It's the best place to find schedules, scores, highlights, and follow your school all year. And here's the best part, we will have giveaways all throughout the year. You will be registered to win just by downloading the app and signing up. We will have prizes from Dick's Sporting Goods, Dion, Sonic, tournament pass giveaways, free tickets, and much more. You like free stuff? Then download the NMAA 24/7 app. The best place to find tournament brackets? The NMAA 24/7 app. The easiest way to find out when your team is playing next? The NMAA 24/7 app. Where can you go to find out the final score you're looking for? The NMAA 24/7 app. It's all in one place. The NMAA 24/7 app. So go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free NMAA 24/7 app.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard. No.
You say it like this?
Welcome back to Game Time from Raton High School. The state cross-country championships will take place next month at Albuquerque Academy. But just last week, the school hosted the Academy Extravaganza, which was a preview to the state meet with a who's who of the top cross-country runners. The Cleveland girls finished first as a team behind Leah Feudy, who won the Class 5A race in a time of just over 18 minutes. And on the boys' side, Volcano Vista's Thomas Croshaw took individual top honors in Class 5A with a time of 15:37.33, and Volcano Vista finished first as a team. In Class 4A, Albuquerque Academy made it a sweep. The Charger boys and girls both won. Santa Fe Indian School girls won the Class 3A division, and the St. Michael's boys also finished first. The Penasco girls and Oak Grove Classical Academy boys won the small schools classification. The state cross-country championships will be held November 5th, the same weekend as the state soccer championships. The Hope Christian girls soccer team lifted the blue trophy last year, and they're favorites to do it again this season.
The Hope Christian girls soccer team has been perfect so far this year.
Super resilient, hardworking. I really can't emphasize that too much. Just competitors, everyday competitors. Nothing's good enough for them. Even big wins, nothing's good enough. They want to improve every day.
We work super hard for this. Like, it's not like it just came naturally. Like, we've worked all summer. We've worked all throughout the season. We've trained hard. Like, I'm happy that we're here right now because all this hard work's paying off.
Hope has one of the top goal scorers in the state in junior Savannah Sanchez.
I've been working on trying not to turn as much so I don't run into pressure, and honestly I just want to pass and move. As much as I would like to score, I'd like to also give assists to help my team out because a goal's a goal.
Hope Christian won it all in 2021 for the 6th state championship in program history.
It was probably the best feeling ever, and I do not want, because freshman year we lost and that was the worst feeling ever, and I never want to feel that again, so it's our goal to win. Until I leave, I want to win every year.
They will try to make it back-to-back blue trophies this November.
The state soccer championships will take place at Cleveland High School November 4th and 5th. That's going to do it for this episode of Game Time, but before we say goodbye, just a reminder, the 6-man and 8-man seating and selection show will take place this weekend. It'll be streamed on our website Saturday night at approximately 7:30. So at this time next week, we'll have a preview of the playoffs. Make sure you tune in every week. We'll see you next time on Game Time.